Hello everyone, we're going to make a video showing how to create an envelope out of a single sheet of paper so that whatever you write or draw, the content of the letter itself then becomes its own envelope, which I think is a pretty cool technique to learn. We're going to start out with a simple sheet of printer paper. This can work on most sheets of paper, but we're going to start off with regular letter paper. To start, you want to make sure you understand that there is a short and long edge. And you're going to choose any corner. Let's say this corner. I'm going to take it so that the short edge lines up with the long edge, like so. And I have my first fold that I need to make. To strengthen the fold, I recommend using the back of your fingernail across the hard surface to strengthen the crease. Next, I'll notice that there is one corner and another corner. There's a doubled over corner and there's a corner that has one sheet of paper thick. I will take the one sheet of paper thick corner and I'm going to fold it until it comes up to this imaginary line formed by this corner and this folded edge. With this imaginary line, I'm going to have this imaginary boundary that I'm going to have to bring up this corner, make sure everything's aligned on the bottom, and then I have this second fold that I'm going to make. This is fold number 2. Crease it and bring it out. Then I'm going to make a third fold so that it comes up to this imaginary line again. Take this folded over edge to this imaginary line, and I've made my third fold. It doesn't have to be precise, it doesn't have to be fastidious or super exact, but it does help, right? You'll notice that I have 1, 2, 3 sections. At this point, this can help you gauge whether or not you're making good progress. So I've made my third fold. Then I'm going to make a fourth fold and bring it so that this folded over edge is brought all the way to this second fold that we had made. So here I go, bring it over to this fold. And again, I'm going to crease it using the back of my fingernail to strengthen the crease. You'll notice that this fourth fold can be tucked into this pocket that was formed in the second fold, right? So I'm going to tuck it in, and I'm going to use the back of my fingernails on folds number 4 and 2, so that my sheet of paper, right, is strengthened all along, also along the bottom folds. At this point, I should have something that looks like this, right? And I notice that there is actually a really thin, one sheet thick corner that is hanging around my opposite edge of the folds at the bottom. And what I'll do is I'm going to take this free floating corner and I'm going to fold it up to and past this folded edge. Now, why am I folding it past it? There's a reason. You want to fold it right up to it. You want to fold it past so that the corner extends past the folded edge. I'm going to take this fifth fold. I'm going to crease it like I've done with all my other folds. And you'll see that the corner extends past the folded edge. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this edge over so that it can be tucked into one of the many pockets that were formed from the previous folds. And I'm just going to tuck it into whichever one I feel is convenient. Maybe like this. And of course, I'm creasing it to strengthen the integrity of this new envelope here. Now what I'm left with is one side that has some of the edges, right, still apparent, right? And one edge that's clean, that seems to have no edges of the paper that I was working with. In order to make sure that this envelope is secure and done, what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold up the edges and create something that looks like a tray, right? This is like a finished envelope that I just finished. So I want to make it look like this. And how do I do that? Well, first you need to do clean side up. With the clean side up, you're going to take each edge and you're going to form a very small lip on each side. so that you have something that looks like this, like the beginnings of a tray. Then you will take two adjacent edges at a time. And you're going to fold until it reaches the corner, until they converge, right? So I have a corner that looks like this, sort of floating up from having folded the edges and extended those folds. And I'm going to repeat that process, like so. Take two more adjacent edges, repeat the process so that the folds meet at a corner, and repeat one more time. Now I've done 4 corners, and I'm just going to pinch the corners really quickly to make sure that they're as strong and as creased as possible. Once I'm done, I have something that looks like this. And when you open up your envelope, you'll notice that a cool effect comes about. It creates almost something that looks like a quilt with the paper that you folded out. And also something that looks like this. Let me know if you have any questions. I think it's pretty cool. Anyone who receives something like this in the mail or as a note, I think will find it something that they'll remember you by. Let me know if there's anything that you need help with.